Hey everyone, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Thursday's check-in. We are well into spooky season and I am back in the States here in Las Vegas, as you can see from the background, for the work week. So I think this time I'm home for about 9 days or so. And by the time this video goes live, I will still be here in Las Vegas. I'm dancing for a week and a half straight. I have one pop-up this weekend, so if you're in Southern California, you can find me at the big Rose Bowl Flea Market in Pasadena, California. That is the biggest market that I do, and that is always the second Sunday of the month. I will always try my best. If I can only do one market a month, it'll be the Rose Bowl. It's the most visited market in California, I feel like, and I have to pay for my spot whether I show up or not if I want to keep it. Otherwise, it gets taken away from me. So with that being said, I will be there this Sunday and I will be there from early morning. The market does open at 5, but I'll probably be set up by 8. And I will probably have the shop open till about 2 o'clock and then I'm going to start breaking down. I am going to be flying to Europe again. And I'm really excited for the next 2 weeks, and you will see, I guess, the next 2 Thursdays check-in from Europe. And next week Thursday's check-in, I will announce where I will be going the following week, and you'll also see a Thursday check-in from there. But I guess I can announce where you're going to be able to see me adventure off to next, both on Instagram if you follow me on Instagram, because I do stories like way later after the fact that I took the video, because I usually am always on the go. I don't have data or internet that I want to use up while I'm out on the road filming content for the channels. But I will be going back to France. And it's been a couple of years since I went to France and I've only visited Paris. So I'm looking forward to getting outside of Paris for a couple of days. And there is a bunch of things that I will be doing in France next week, which is super exciting. And there is, I guess, a bunch of things that I want to do now, years later, that I wasn't really interested in doing on my short time while I was in the city a couple of years ago. So I'm gonna be doing that while I'm in Paris, as well as a movie premiere from these content creators that are based in Venice, which is next door to Santa Monica, and I've been following them for a couple of years. So they have a big movie premiere, 7 of them all around the world. I'm going to the one that is going to be in Paris, so that's going to be exciting as well. And I'm also going to be visiting another content creator that I've been following for a couple of years and staying at her chateau, which is way out of Paris, to the point where I have to catch a train and drive to get there because it is pretty remote. So we'll see how that goes. I did get my international driver's permit. I've never driven outside of the country before. I've always found public transportation. You guys see the way how I travel, or I have somebody drive me. So wish me luck driving in the countryside of France. And at that chateau, because she's a vlogger and also on British TV with the chateau, there is no vlogging permitted in or outside of the chateau, only pictures. So that's kind of a bummer for me because I'm a daily vlogger. So I will have to drive outside of the chateau and I'll be able to vlog in the surrounding areas, which I think would be interesting for me to adventure, that I have my own car. I would love to go to some brocants and do some thrifting, and as well as going to some cute French cafes. So that is my week in France. Also, if you watch the vlog channel this week, you would have seen that I made belly dancer friends who came into my job this year recently, a couple of months ago, who is from that part of the world. So I'm gonna be seeing them too as well, which is super exciting. I always love meeting dancers from around the world. So that is kind of like the layout of my plans for my time in France. I'm gonna be filming everything for Travel with Jewelyn. If I do come across any content things, I will definitely share it on this channel, and you will see next week Thursday's check-in coming from somewhere in France, which I think is going to be super cool to see. And I wanted to kind of make an announcement. I don't want to share too much because this is just something that kind of popped up in my head since I've been back from Iceland and Italy, but I do want to make some short-term goals for my life here in the States and with the plant collection, because I need to make some decisions and some life changes in order for me to get where I want to be and what I want to do in the upcoming year and 2 years probably. If you guys know, I always wanted to do van life part-time, so I think that's all I'll share. I haven't found a van yet, but in order for me to get to that point, I need to make some decisions. And while my grandma is away in Hawaii, I plan on going through everything I own, including the collection. And I feel like the trash from the tree at my Santa Monica studio is such a headache. You guys know I complain about that all the time. And where I am in my plant life with having hundreds and hundreds of plants all these years, to the point where now what kind of plant do I buy? I only buy rare, expensive plants. That's where the collection is at, because I have everything, at least in my part of the world. So what I plan on doing while my grandma's home in Hawaii for 2 months in December, January, is going through the whole collection once I'm done traveling for the year. So I have a few more trips left leaving the country. And I want to go through the whole collection and sell off all of the plants that I don't have an emotional connection to. So if it doesn't mean the absolute world to me, where like I can't repurchase it again because it's rare, or just maybe the size of it is very uncommon to see a mother plant like that, I will definitely keep and have in my plant life, and the rest I am going to sell off. So with that being said, in the upcoming future, whenever I'm back home in Santa Monica, I will be posting my plants for sale on my Instagram, Planting with Jewelyn, and maybe I can share on Thursday's check-in plants that I'm willing to sell, and that includes all of my planters. So if you're in Southern California and is in the middle of your plant life journey and want to purchase anything off of my collection, reach out to me on a direct message or plantingwithjewelyn@gmail.com, because I am going to be starting that process at the end of next month when I'm done with my Bay Area pop-ups for November. And I can also sell any plant things from the collection at my pop-up. So like at Rosebow too, I could set up like a little stand or something of plants that I want to sell. And I think this is where I want to take my plant life, because I think where I'm at now, I think I would rather have one rare expensive plant than 300 common plants. And I rather maybe just keep crested aeoniums versus regular aeoniums, or I rather keep rare philodendrons than a common philodendron. As far as for my Hoya and Sansevieria collection, those I'm definitely gonna keep, but all the common plants, at least common in my part of the world, I am going to sell off. And that includes all of my planters and everything, and just focus on rare, expensive plants. And I think when I do plant shopping in the Bay Area, I'm also gonna just focus on rare, expensive plants. So that is kind of where I see myself in the next upcoming plant year. Is, you know, my lifestyle is changing. I love plant life, and that's gonna continue to still happen and happen on this channel. Where I live around the world, no matter if I am living part-time in a van, or if I'm living in a small studio, or living in 2 states, or living in 2 different places, I'm always going to have plants in my life, and I will always share that journey with you on this channel. So that is kind of where I see my plant life, because you guys know, if you watch the vlog channel, I'm never really in Santa Monica and at my studio for too long. And the place that I've been living at for a couple of years is great because I have a lot of space and it's close to the beach, so I can have my plants where they are all year long. But the condition of what's outside of the studio with the tree, it just gets trashed like every day, all day, and I'm getting so frustrated with that. And I am in a different place of my life where I'm not too long in one place. So I even want to say like my collection here in Las Vegas, I think there's a handful of plants like my Sansevieras I for sure am going to keep because I love my Sansevieria collective. And I think like the rest I'm willing to sell off and just really just focus on my one-of-a-kind plants. You know, like if they have to be super special or have a story behind it for me to keep it. And I think that'll help me to be able to still do plant life, but with my lifestyle where I'm at today and moving forward, you know, where do I take my plant life? If I've had hundreds and hundreds of plants over the years, really now if I walk into a plant retail space in my part of the world, I either have the plant or there's a plant that's rare and probably expensive because as we know, plant life is so expensive now since the lockdown happened. And I would have to, you know, invest in a plant that's several $100s. So I rather have maybe that one expensive plant than say like 10 common plants or something like that. And I just feel that way now because where I'm at right now with plant life, where I'm at right now with my personal life, and then I'm always traveling and on the go. So that is my plans. I mean, if I had a covered patio in Santa Monica, by all means, I would keep the collection and the collection would always be pristine and clean and the plants would be happy, but they get trashed on every day and it's just very frustrating. So I wanted to make that announcement. I don't want to share too much, but you know, the goal is to streamline the collection so I can take my plant life in a different direction, as well as sometime soon in the near future, try to get me a converted van so that I can be remote anywhere I want to be. And as well as when I do pop-ups at the shop, I'm so tired. If you guys watch me, you know, do this small business for 2 years, I stuff everything in my Mercedes, and you know, it was okay in the beginning, but now like 2 years in, I don't want to do that to my car anymore. I'd rather just load it up in the van and be on my merry way. You know, like I think a van can take the beating of the shop, and it's like I think more practical with me being a traveler. So I'm just putting that out there as the year is wrapping up and where I see myself for the upcoming year with my personal life as well as my plant life. These are the things that I'm just thinking about since I've been back from Iceland and Italy, because you guys know I haven't really been here in the States for much in the last couple of months. I've been traveling a lot. So that is my kind of big announcement, food for thought. And I thought it'd be nice to share that. So if you guys are interested, if you're in my part of the world, Las Vegas, Southern California, and would like to see what I'm selling, please reach out to me and I will try my best to share on Thursday's check-in when I'm back in Santa Monica the things that I want to sell for my plant life. And I can also share on my plant Instagram stories. So since last week Thursday's check-in, which came from Rome, actually from Italy, off Lake Como, I am back and I wanted to share with you just a few things that I got. And it's very sad, but in Iceland and Italy, I didn't find any artwork or much of anything. You guys know, like, I love fashion. You guys watch my big travel haul between Brazil and Africa. I love bags, handmade things, art pieces, handmade clothing from small business owners. I love supporting small businesses and small artists, but Iceland, there was nothing interesting. You guys, basically, you can see the magnet that I got because I did ride an Icelandic horse, and I will share everything on Travel with Jewelyn. So this is the one thing that I got. And while I was in Italy, which I didn't sleep at all during my time there, I didn't want to buy anything leather because I feel like where I'm at right now with my lifestyle being a pescatarian, I still do love my leather pieces that I got from my travels around the world in the past, like my leather bag handmade in Fez, Morocco. Things like that I will always cherish and have, or like any kind of vintage piece, because a lot of vintage fashion is, you know, has to do with leather and things like that. I don't mind having that, but like moving forward, if I can, you know, not support that industry, I will, it would just have to be something spectacular for me to buy leather or something. So with that being said, visiting Italy, I didn't buy anything, not even art or anything. I didn't see anything interesting, but I did buy magnets. Do you guys believe that? I went to Italy and I didn't buy anything more than magnets. That kind of says a lot. So here is the magnets that I got. I got one that says Roma, and it has all the different charms on there, which is super, super cute. So got that. And then when I did my day trip around Lake Como, I got one of the magnets from there. It was stormy, rainy, and all of that. I got one from Bellagio, which was very cool to walk around and shop, not for me, but for gifts for the holidays. I did eat there. And then the first place we went to in the Lake Como day trip was Verena, which I got a ring. And I will share what the ring looks like next week, Thursday's check-in, coming from France, because I'll be wearing it. It's in the room right now and I don't want to move. And then I ended my time in Milano. And that is my magnet from there. So that's everything I got besides my beautiful ring, which is a lapis sterling silver ring, because there's a lot of lapis in the artwork in the Vatican. So I wanted that to remember my time in Italy. So I'll share with you what that looks like. I'm giving my fingers a rest. You guys know I wear rings and I don't take it off. And that is kind of it. If you haven't watched Travel with Jewelyn series on the vlog channel, check it out. You're gonna eventually start seeing, I think tomorrow, Travel with Jewelyn Uganda, and then we'll get into all of the different countries that I visited in Africa, but it starts tomorrow, and I will try my best to have a video, edit and upload every day while I'm traveling over the next 2 weeks. But if you do not see a video, please don't get alarmed. It's probably one I was editing on the plane or at the airport, which is my office hours. And I will upload it as soon as I get internet at my Airbnb, and as well as you know, traveling and commuting around the world. So if you don't see an upload, then you know why. But Travel with Jewelyn Africa starts tomorrow, and I look forward to sharing with you Iceland and Italy, France, and another country I'm visiting to from France. So that is going to wrap up today's video. Come see me at the Roseville this Sunday. It's my one of 3 pop-ups for this month, and I'll be in the Bay Area next month. So if you're in the Bay Area, mark your calendars. And that is going to be for Thursday's check-in. I'm gonna teach my client of the day. I'm gonna go to work and dance. I'm dancing for a week and a half straight here this time around. And thank you guys so much for supporting me on both channels. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads. Between the main channel and the vlog channel, you get a video each and every day. If you're interested in any of my resin artwork or groundless handmade goods, you can visit the web shop, JEWELOFHAWAII.com, or visit me at any one of the pop-ups, or DM me on Instagram, and I will see you very soon. Aloha from Las Vegas, Nevada, the 9th island. Bye guys.